Welcome back. So today, I'd actually like to talk about a very particular entertainer. He goes by the name of Jim Henson. James Maury Henson was born in 1936 and unfortunately lost to us in 1990. The brilliant master of entertainment and puppetry brought us some of the most wonderful characters we all grew up with at some point. It's thanks to Henson that characters of Sesame Street were born, but his true rise to fame came when he gave us some more colorful, entertaining, and wonderful characters, the Muppets. We all know them. Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Ralph the Dog, Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, the list goes on. The Muppets have been everywhere, from their classic stage show to outer space to Oz. The Muppets have been a pop culture icon ever since they had television. And it's thanks to the genius of Jim Henson that we have them today. It's also thanks to him that we have Fraggle Rock, the storyteller, and he even had influence on the creation of Yoda. But I'm going to be saving those works for another time. Today, I want to talk about something else that Jim Henson gave us, especially because it's such a far cry from everything else that he did. I, of course, am talking about the Dark Crystal. Directed by Henson and by Frank Oz, The Dark Crystal was an adventure film done entirely with puppets. The film was released in 1982 to mixed reviews, but has gained a cult following over the years. Admittedly, I saw the trailer for this movie a lot, along with Labyrinth, on many DVD and VHS tapes. And if you don't know what those are, you might be a bit too young for my content. When I was young, I didn't want to see it because I wasn't as brave as I am now, and it looked terrifying. As I grew older, though, my taste in movies changed, and I eventually watched the movie for the first time a while ago. And I'm glad I waited, because even if I liked this film as a kid, there is no way I would appreciate it the same way I do now. So what makes this film so different compared to everything else that Jim Henson has ever done? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. This is The Dark Crystal. Let's review. So we get our introduction to the world of this movie. On another planet named Thra, a piece of crystal was broken off thousands of years ago, which caused the crystal to become corrupt and turn the once fertile land to wasteland. Two races were then formed, the Skeksis and the Mystics. The evil Skeksis currently have the crystal, now known as the Dark Crystal, and use its power to drain the life force from other beings to extend their own life. Already we have a strong setup. But one thing I love about this is they use life-size puppets. This already helps stand out from works that Henson did. I mean, yes, he did life-size puppets before, but never to this scale or this many at once. They all look fantastic, both the Skeksis and the Mystics.
Today, once more, they will replenish themselves, cheat death again, through the power of their source, their treasure, their fate, the Dark Crystal.
They could just use Olay wrinkle cream, but this is more mystical and convoluted, so it works. I do have one minor criticism about this intro, though. I feel like the narrator narrates a bit too much. There are a few points they could have cut the narration, like when the Skeksis are worshipping the crystals, and I think it would have made the scenes look a bit stronger. They also repeat a few points that we already know. Man, this ritual would suck if one of them lost their voice. Oh honey, the neighbors are doing the rhythmic chants again. Oh, I don't like it. We then meet Jen, our main character, voiced by Stephen Garlick. And while he is kind of the most obvious puppet in the movie, he's still designed pretty well. Also, I can't tell if he's nude in this scene. I'll censor it just in case. Jen's master, one of the Mystics, is dying, and he warns Jen that he is in danger, as he's prophesied to be the only one who can destroy the Skeksis and restore the crystal to its former glory.
There is another sky rock.
I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither. I don't even think you guys are in the same galaxy. At the same time, the Emperor of the Skeksis is dying as well. The other Skeksis come to see him in his final moments.
I'm not dead. I feel happy. I feel happy.
Farewell, good sir. Now it's time to roast you and serve you for Thanksgiving dinner. Admittedly, at first I was confused as to why some of the dialogue of the narrator was a bit repetitive. However, it makes sense when you realize the Skeksis and the Mystics are actually connected, so when one dies, so does the other. An interesting idea and one I think is pretty cool. Only, I wish the writing for the narration was a bit better, even just a quick mention of that would help. After his master becomes one with the Force, Jen leaves the village to find the Crystal Shard. He's told it's with someone called Aughra, an all-seeing being who has been keeping after it. Meanwhile, the Skeksis now lack an emperor, so two step up hoping to take the throne. The first is the Chamberlain, voiced by Barry Denham. The second is the General, voiced by Michael Kilgoroff. They decide who will be the emperor with a trial by stone. Whoever slices off more of the rock wins. Gee, a military general versus someone who makes sure the dishes are done. I can't imagine who's gonna win this. Haha! A victory set in stone! Oh, shut up! That one was funny! The Chamberlain is then exiled for his loss, losing all his clothes and treasures, while the general becomes the new emperor. The crystal's ringing.
The crystal calls.
The crystal will be right there. The Dark Crystal then reveals that Jen is on his journey to find the Crystal Shard. The general sends his monsters, the Garthim, to attack. And just look at those Garthim move. They just gotta dance!
What am I doing here?
Gotcha, bitch.
Jen eventually stumbles upon Aughra, voiced by Billy Whitelaw. So let's see, is she gonna be the wise old hermit or the crazy wise old hermit?
Are you a gelfling? Where is he? Around here?
He's dead.
Could be anywhere then. What's it for? Is that what you want to know?
Ah, crazy wise old hermit. Good choice. Aughra reveals that she in fact has the shard. Except, well...
Here.
Which one is it?
The f*** I know. I bought these off the dark web. Jen narrows it down to 3, but has trouble guessing which one it is. Thankfully, he comes up with an idea when he remembers the first tune from the first 10 minutes of the movie. Ow! Okay, I'm up. Jeez, can't a shard sleep for a couple thousand years? Unfortunately, the Garthim show up just as Jen figures out which one the shard is. Our protagonist, everybody, stands around and does nothing till his problems are literally right on top of him. Thankfully, Jen escapes with the crystal in tow, but unfortunately is followed by the Chamberlain. How he got there so quickly is beyond me. That morning, Jen looks around and takes in the wildlife. And word of advice, never look into holes in enchanted forests. See? You ran into a jump scare. It's then revealed there seems to actually be another Skywalker, as another Gelfling appears. Her name is Kira, voiced by Lisa Maxwell, and the thing that scared Jen is her pet, Fizzwig, voiced by Percy Edwards.
The first thing I remember is fire.
Whoa, okay. So I guess Gelflings can read each other's memories by holding hands. Huh. Let's just hope Kira doesn't see any memories of Jen in his alone time. It's tough being one of a kind.
Inside, and we're... Mother the monster!
First thing I remember is the kind one. He picks me up and he's big.
Then,
He makes
when
the
I was in my
monsters
freshman
disappear
year of
and
high
I'd be
school,
safe.
I had a blast
I am
in my
safe.
prom. My date was hot and a real nice girl, even though I may have made things awkward, but...
Sharing our
Wait a minute, who the hell is that? Oh, sorry. I'm the omnipotent film critic watching this movie. I thought we were all doing this now. No, it's just us. Please stay out of it. Right. Sorry. We then return to the Skeksis for a bit, watching as they gorge themselves on a banquet. And considering how evil these creatures are, I'm willing to bet that this meal was prepared for the production crew, yet they stole it.
Rotten. Yeah.
Hey, I know Area 407 is a shit movie, but at least watch my review before you say something like that. The Garthim return what the Skeksis think is the Gelfling. I don't know why they would bring the Gelfling back. I would think they would just want to straight up kill it. Only problem is, what they bring isn't a Gelfling. As you can imagine, Augur's not very happy with the Skeksis.
You son of a f***ing I'm going to tear off your and shove them right up your and then on your with in the and your so then you'll have to sideways.
Crystal bats fly! Search the land! Search the water! Search the sky!
Fly, my pretties, fly, fly!
What? Do you think I was just gonna put the Wicked Witch of the West there? Too easy. Kira and Jen then go to see Kira's home via boat. And I think you know what I have to put here.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my, look like the boy too shy, ain't gonna kiss the girl.
Once they reach Kira's village, they party all night till the cows come home. The Garthim don't appreciate not being invited though, and attack. Man, I don't know if 2 Gelflings will be enough to stop them. They might need some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to deal with this. Dorb the Chamberlain can help them. What a gentleman. They wake up in the ruins of the home of the Gelflings. How nice it was that it was just a leisurely stroll to the right. The Chamberlain then shows up and claims he wants to join them and get revenge on the Skeksis. Jen and Kira rightfully don't believe him.
Come to the castle, please. Show them you want peace. Show them Gelflings will not harm us. Please, please, please.
Jen! No.
But he's asking so nicely. I mean, just look at that face. After escaping the Chamberlain, Kira calls some animals known as Landstriders so that they could go to the Skeksis' castle. I don't know how she knows where the castle is, but then again, considering it's the only evil castle in the neighborhood, I guess you could put 2 and 2 together. As they travel, we're then given a scene on how the Skeksis create their slaves and extend their life. Turns out, they capture creatures and use a reflection of the Dark Crystal to put them on an acid trip. They then liquefy their life force and drink it. After the creature is done tripping balls, it loses its mind and becomes their slave.
Dark.
Kira and Jen make it to the castle and see a bunch of Garthim carrying the villagers from earlier prisoner. Time to mount a rescue. Hey, careful there, Kira! I know you want to save your friends and all, but there are people in there. Well, looks like they're trapped. What now? Oh, okay. That works. So they find a way into the castle and start looking around.
I want to go back. I smell death here.
Sorry, that might have been me. Might have had a little too much broccoli at dinner.
Skeksis!
I knew you would come.
Hold up, how did he get back so fast? They needed mounts to get here, yet he's back at the castle like it was nothing. Unsurprisingly, the Chamberlain backstabs them and brings Kira before the other Skeksis. They're delighted, because they think they found the Gelfling of Destiny, and they intend to do to her what they did to the slave earlier, because Gelfling life force is one of the most potent of all. You know, as intimidating and powerful as this machine is, what would happen if someone just closed their eyes? I mean, they need to see the light in order to get captured by it, right? Using their Deus Ex telepathy, Jen helps Kira break free of the crystal, and then Kira encourages all the animals in the lab to fight back. Don't f*** PETA, bitch! Of course, since the scientist is dead, that means a mystic dies too. Hey, where did George go? Who cares? He was a prick. Jen starts looking around and finds a bit more than he bargained for, falling into a pit full of Gartham. Thankfully, the Gartham are pretty damn stupid and make a hole for his escape. They also give us a good trailer shot. Eventually, everyone begins gathering before the Dark Crystal, so that we can get to the climax of the movie. No, I'm starting to think Fizzgig works for the Skeksis. He has consistently gotten Jen and Kira into trouble since they came to the castle after all. Alright, Jen, looks like it's time to make your move. Thankfully, Kira gets the shard back, but at the cost of being stabbed in the back. Man, and Jen was going to repopulate the Gelflings with her. Now with the shard in hand, Jen restores the crystal. Oh, there are the mystics. About freaking time. Maybe if you got here sooner, you could have helped Jen and Kira during the final battle. Now that the crystal is restored, everything that the Skeksis did over the past 1,000 years begins to unravel. Except Kira. Nah, she's still dead as shit. The Skeksis and the Mystics combine together to form what they were before, the Sages from Twilight Princess. Actually, these are the Urskeks, omnipotent beings that ruled over the planet before the crystal was broken.
Many ages ago, in our arrogance and delusion, we shattered the pure crystal, and our world split apart.
I mean, hey, we're gods, but that doesn't mean we aren't stupid. The Urskeks are nice enough to then restore Kira, entrusting both her and Jen to look after Thra.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
And that was the Dark Crystal. It's certainly different from some of Jim Henson's other works, but that's what makes it good. It's much darker, more serious, and more enchanting than something like Sesame Street or The Muppets. But that's what makes it so different and so entertaining. The story is done well, the sets look amazing, the music is great, and the puppetry is breathtaking. I enjoyed this movie a lot, and I think you might too. If you get the chance, then I'd recommend taking a journey to Thra. Thank you for joining me on this review. Until the next film, farewell.